This is the Somua SM. It is a Tier 8 auto-loading premium heavy tank, and it's a vehicle that I am very excited to showcase today. I'm a big fan of autoloaders because they are able to store a very large burst of damage and deal it in a short amount of time. The downside is that you usually have to sit in cover and wait quite a while. Usually you have worse DPM than your counterparts, but this tank, it's actually just quite good. We got 2,107 DPM, we got 0.33 dispersion, decent aiming time, 10 degrees of gun depression, so all the gun handling stats are fairly good. It's not crazy good, like, it's not Leopard 1 levels, but it's good enough to get the job done, especially if you compare it to other autoloaders like maybe the Emil or Emil 1951. Mobility-wise, the tank is alright, goes at a top speed of 37, but its reverse at 20 is incredible. It means if you put yourself in any over-aggressed situation, you can get out very, very easily. So, in terms of the gun, the Somua is a menace, and when you pair that with decent armor, its upper plate sitting at around 190 millimeters base, so when it's angled and you're using it properly, you can actually get it pretty good, upwards of 250 to 60 when using gun depression. If you're just poking around a corner like this and baiting your upper plate, it's also pretty dang good, and because it's a flat angle, it's actually very easy to give a lot of bounces with. Side armor is also pretty troll, and you're able to get a lot of bounces there. The turret is the major weak spot. The turret on this vehicle is only about 180, and that's pretty bad. Its hatch is absolutely awful and very large as well. But thankfully, this is an autoloader, and what that means is that you don't really need to worry too much about your armor. You just need to wait for somebody to make a misplay, and then, even if they shoot you once, you can just go bam, 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 and absolutely delete them. Today's video, I'm only going to be showcasing one battle, and that's because I had an absolutely stellar game in this tank. I did have another decent battle in the vehicle today. I had a 3K as well, but it wasn't that exciting, so I figured why not just show the only really good game we were able to get out. So let's get straight into it. So here we arrive on Airfield. This is an okay map. I personally don't like driving a heavy on Airfield, down to the fact that it just seems like you get punished for making any sort of play. If you over-aggress, TDs see you, mediums and lights on the side can bonk you, and the heavies usually get hauled down, and there's just not much you can do, especially when you're up against tier 9s like a T-30, who are just going to poke their little turret hull down. But we are an autoloader with 5 shots, and with those 5 shots, we can obviously get out a decent amount. So we're going to head up the hill here, and we're just going to slowly take our time. Now, we got 2 mates with us. We got an IS-3, because one of my friends is grinding that tank. And I also got Flossie and the BZ-176, which is obviously known as one of the most overpowered tanks in the game. Now, I see that they got a bunch of vehicles sitting hull down in mid, one of which is a Type 68. I can't really pen those guys hull down. They also got a T-30 moving up. I don't see any reason whatsoever to make my way over there, waste my time, HP. It's just not worth it. Instead, I'm going to wait over here for ideally somebody to make a play. You can see that BZ-176 is on this outer ramp, and we also saw the Skoda T56 was over here. So right now, I'm kind of hoping that somebody just pushes up right either around this corner or up the hill. But I know in World of Tanks, patience is key. So we currently are just waiting, and there you go. Skoda pokes, and we get a 345 damage shot out. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. And then we have the nasty, the BZ-176. We got 1 pen into his vehicle. I just love how the lower plate on that tank is literally impervious. Like, look at that. What the heck? But we get another nice snap into his vehicle. We're trying to bait him, and there you go. He shoots his shell at my upper plate, and because of that, he does not pen. So just like that, we have dealt 1,274 damage. That's pretty dang solid. We only bounced 1 shell on his tank, and we also got a slight fire for 50, so pretty good stuff. Not sure why the BZ made that play, but I'm also not going to get too mad because that is free damage for me. Okay, well, we're reloading. Obviously, in any autoloader, you're going to wait a while to get your clip back. And with this tank and its 5 shells, you're going to have to wait a hell of a long time. Okay, well, we can see that Lorraine's moving up, and I don't know what this Lorraine's thought process is, but I'm going to shoot him in the track wheel once. He repairs it. I'm going to shoot him in the track wheel again, making sure he cannot hit my Chieftain Proto. Yeah, that was once a full health tier 8, and it is now a dead tier 8. This is why autoloaders are so dangerous. There is not a single tank in the game that is a cyclic gun, a single shot vehicle that could get out that level of damage that quick. It's just not possible. And sure, you have to wait a while to do it, but still, it's so stupid that you can do this kind of damage in an autoloader. So the Chieftain Proto is going to aim it on the ELC, and the ELC's not doing too well. He's only got 115 health, but an ELC with 1 hit point is just as dangerous as an ELC with full. So we're going to aim it on the Skoda, and wow, we got some bad RNG there. And once again, we shoot at his lower plate. Unfortunately, doesn't pen. Kind of hoping we can shoot through him in the cheek, but yeah, pretty unlucky shots on that Skoda. This gun is not what I would consider to be the most accurate, to be fair. So it looks like the Skoda's poking, so I'm just going to wait. What I'm hoping here is that maybe he thinks I'm out of shells. I'm going to be able to poke him and get a shot out. We do, but we lost 180 on that trade, so not necessarily great. You can actually see he ended up hatching me, so just a little unfortunate, but not bad. 2,800 damage is not a bad result at all for the first 4 minutes of a Tier 8 game. Okay, well, let's reload again. I'm just waiting for my clip. I got 6 shells left, so basically I got 1 gold clip left, and that's all she wrote. All right, well, we're loading it in. We got my tune mates not doing too well, 240 health and 300 HP left, but that's fine, because we are going to try and take advantage of the situation. So I see the 703 in mid here, and my teammate gets an absolute bonking in. And then I'm like, well, I'll just poke the 703. I mean, what's he going to do? So we're going to get 1 pen into his vehicle, 2 pens into his tank. He bounces me somehow. And as much as I wanted to clear the 703, I also know that that's a T30, and it's just not worth it to poke a T30. So, what do we want to do here? Well, we got Pat in the tank on the side. And Pat in the Tank is playing like what you would expect every Pat in the Tank player to play like. Pretty bad. So, yeah, not a great play from him. Okay, well, we're going to move up, and we'll see if maybe I can get a shot into the Skoda. Problem is, this Pat in Tank is just dead right in the most awkward position. I also make a bit of a misplay here and don't pay attention to how much ammo I have, so I'm loading a gold clip, and I don't notice the entire time reloading because I got focused on the Skoda. So I do basically lose 2 of my shells in the clip here. Very, very sad. But it doesn't make a huge difference because we're going to shoot at the Skoda T56 hull down anyway. And we're probably not going to pen all of them. So let's reload. We've got a little bit longer, like 5 seconds to go. And then we're going to poke the Skoda. I'm just hoping that we can bleed him out here. So let's see. There we go. Skoda is showing me his track wheel. And come on. Come on. Show me your weak spots. Come on. He's so close. Ooh. Okay, well, we see his hatch. There you go. Nice shot into his hatch. Not able to overmatch his side, but you know what? We'll hatch him again. There you go. It actually ended up working out. Even though I didn't have the clip, we were able to get 4,400 now dealt because we were able to hatch him twice. So I'm glad we actually still had gold loaded. I'm not sure if our AP would have cut through that hatch. How much pen does our AP have? 230 mils. That's actually pretty good. I mean, the gold's pretty good as well, 260, but yeah, not bad at all. So at this point, I've noticed nobody's here, and what I'm hoping is that I can just push up and maybe get that T30. So let's make our way around this corner, and the Skoda, not that big of a threat, especially with the G-Sor and Chieftain Proto pushing him. So I'm just going to roll up here, and we're going to see if I can get some shells out. I was still expecting the T30 to be up here, but nah, he's not up here. He jumped down. Alright, well, we got the Astron in the back. We're going to aim it on his vehicle. Aiming, aiming, aiming. Okay, that went exactly where I aimed, so we'll see if that actually ended up penning. Let's move up a bit. We got not much in front of us here. Okay, well, we should be unspotted at this point, so let's just move up into the bush. Anybody here? Not that I'm aware of. Okay, oh, we got a Type 68 right in front of me, though. Alright, well, there's 1 pen into the Type, and there you go, another nice shot. That's 600 damage we ripped off into his vehicle. However, we're obviously not able to deal any more into his tank, so let's just reload the clip. Let's back up. We're able to angle our hull out, get a nice bounce from his tank. 2,300 blocked, pretty dang solid. And we've dealt 4,990 plus a possible blind shot. Okay, well, once again, this is the life of an autoloader. You sit and reload for a while, and that's what we're gonna do here. So let's see, the Astron's all the way in the back, and it looks like we did hit that Astron, judging that he's missing about 300 hit points. Alright, let's make our way down here with the Chieftain Proto. We've just finally gotten our clip loaded now, so let's just make our way up. I am a one-shot for that T-30, so I gotta be a little bit careful. Let's see, we got the Astron on the distance over here. Shoot, and that shell would have probably killed the Astron. It's kind of crazy, but we probably would have. But hey, not too bad. We get the clip into the T-30, track him in the process. He's dead. That's 5,300 damage. Okay, that was a very, very solid game for the Somua. And I think it shows easily where this tank can be an absolute menace. Taking a look at the post-game stats, we were able to ace this tank, but I mean, when you get 1700 XP, that's not very surprising. We didn't pick up many kills, but we were able to farm like an absolute mofo, and that was a very, very good showcase of where the Somua can be an absolute beast. I did basically shoot only gold, but sometimes to do well, that's what you gotta do, and we still netted over 100,000 credits, which is pretty dang insane. I really like the Somua. It's not the best tank out there, and it's definitely got weaknesses, a pretty poor turret in general. Its hull's only about 200 millimeters thick, which means you're not gonna get that many bounces, but if you angle it properly and you use the tank correctly, you can do pretty dang well. So let me know what you guys think about this vehicle in the comments down below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.